Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Outsourcing with Bill. Today I wanted to take a minute and talk about cognitive diversity. I had an opportunity to speak at a motivational conference this past weekend, and it's something I've been thinking a lot about. I shared a little bit of that there, but in terms of outsourcing, what I wanted to dive into today was kind of an inclusion and diversity topic, again related to that cognitive diversity through inclusion. I've recently seen some moves by some very large companies that I really wanted to highlight, celebrate, and share. And one of those companies was General Motors. A couple of months back, maybe some of you saw that GM hired a new innovation leader, reporting directly to Mary Ibarra, and this guy by the name of Alex Wexler. He's got some digital background. And so many of the headlines were like, oh my gosh, GM just hired an industry outsider. And I thought, man, that's awesome. That's exactly what they should be doing, because you know what? He's coming in with a fresh perspective. That cognitive diversity that he's going to bring to the table is phenomenal. He's got a background in digital, and that is just going to enhance everything that GM is trying to do. And I think that's something that needs to be celebrated. And another one that I found really interesting is John Deere. Now, they've been kind of quiet about this, but I hope to see more of this in the future. But there have been 2 interviews that have been done in the last month with a couple people. One guy by the name of Julian Sanchez. He was talking to, I think it was Industry Week, about artificial intelligence projects and how so many of them fail. I mean, the failure rate's like 52% or something like that. It's crazy high. And he was saying that John Deere does better than that because they have cross-functional inclusion. They bring in people from marketing, they bring in people from engineering, they bring in people from the shop floor. Anybody that's going to be involved in touching this at some point is brought in at the design phase, which is fantastic, right? Again, we talk about that cognitive difference, that each of these people have different perspectives and are able to bring that together and create something that's not only more useful but more powerful because they were able to look at all those perspectives up front. And the other interview that was done, there's one done today or yesterday with a guy by the name of Doug Sauter on Machine Meets World. It's like a 10-minute interview, and he was talking about how it used to be that, data scientists would be in a closet and they would just crunch numbers, they would wrangle data, do what they did. And now, what Deere is doing with some of their technologies, they're bringing all these people together from your typical software engineers, they're bringing in data engineers, product managers, UX designers, data scientists, and they're all working together to create production systems and production platforms for farm equipment. And I just think, man, I'm looking at all this and I'm going, awesome, some people get it, and I think it should be celebrated. Now, some of you might be asking, okay, well, how does this relate to outsourcing? Because this is Outsourcing with Bill, right? Glad you asked. Here's the deal. GM and Deere are both striving towards corporate goals, and the way they're doing that is through this cognitive diversity, this partnership, this ecosystem that they're building with their employees. The same thing can be done when you set up your outsourcing partnerships properly. Right? Outsourcing achieves something very similar when it's done right. And the first part of that is, you can get this outside expertise, you get access to what I call the hive mind. It's not like a contract model or a hire model where you hire Bill Gombert and you get all of Bill Gombert's experience. When you hire an outsourcing provider, you not only get Bill Gombert, but you get the entire team behind him or around him that's incredibly valuable. And so when you're talking about outsourcing and like I said, that cognitive diversity, when you set up those relationships, when you as a supplier are engaging with an OEM or you as an OEM are engaging with a supplier, you need to make sure that when you lay your cards on the table, it's an outcome-based engagement, something that has very clear guidelines. GM and John Deere are not going to be successful if they don't say, hey, this is what we want out of this. Give me your perspective. That's exactly what outsourcing should be. It should be a partnership that drives society forward through trust and alignment, and that's huge. That's it for today, guys. I really wanted to share that.